Welcome back to the News Hub here at WSJ Live. I'm Simon Constable. It's baseball season, but why is so much of the game spent watching men stand around doing nothing? That's what WSJ sports editor Geoff Foster asks, and he joins us now. Geoff, watching people stand around doing nothing. I'm going to make no comment about our co-workers here.
It's not exactly groundbreaking that baseball might be a little boring, but we actually put a stopwatch to 3 different games and found that there's only 18 minutes of actual action in a 3-hour game.
Yeah, but you got to say that is a lot more than the
it's
American
better
football,
than football,
which is 11 minutes.
And it's really the only other comparable sport that are like stop and start like that. I mean, soccer's all action.
Soccer is all action.
Yeah,
basketball is all action.
Yeah.
We won't go into cricket. Because that
good.
that might give you a lot of people standing around doing nothing. Okay, so let's go through some of these things. The time between batters, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. There's not really that much you can do about that. I mean, batters do have to get to the plate from the on-deck circle. I mean, that's going to happen. That's going to be there no matter what.
Time between the innings. You could do something about that.
You could. That's commercials, though. I mean, I don't think people are going to like it if you say, let's get rid of the commercials.
Can't you put commercials on the batsman?
Well, they still kind of do that also. I think that's paying for the broadcast, so I think you can't get rid of that one.
Time between the pitches.
That's the big one. That takes over an hour and 20 minutes, we found, and that's the one that really could be enforced. There's actually a rule in the rule book that says a pitcher has to deliver a pitch every 20 seconds. They never enforce it. They never give warnings. It's one of these unspoken things. Pitchers can really take as much time as they want, and it's never enforced.
Okay, and then there's the stare down.
Yeah, that's part of that, really.
Right, and making the signs and all of that
Right,
stuff.
all that. And then when a runner gets on base, it gets really slow because then they're looking at 2 different people and they're taking their time.
And this story that is on WSJ.com says that the inertia, the slowness has actually been increasing.
Right.
Is it they want to catch up back to cricket?
Because
cricket's slow. It's 5 days. It makes this look fast.
Yeah, it's still fast compared to cricket, but it's getting slower as years go by, and it's really because hitters are taking more pitches. You know, they're letting a lot more pitches go by, and that's sort of slowing things down. They're not swinging as fast as they used to, and pitchers are taking longer too.
They could do 1 strike and you're out.
They could do that. That might upset a few people. But.
It might. So, but does anyone actually really care? Because when you go to a baseball game, you're sitting there, you got the overpriced hot dog, the massive cup of weak beer, and you're sitting there, and it's great. You're just drinking it and watching, and it's fun, right? I mean, who doesn't love that?
People care to a certain point. I don't think anyone wants to go out there with a kid and have it take 5 hours. You know, if it's 3 hours, I think everyone's happy. But some of these games really drag on. And I think those are the really extreme examples of where people start caring. Especially when you have children and, you got to get home and that kind of thing. And they stop serving beer at a certain point, so that's
well, there you go.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's
Thank
the real
you very
problem.
much.
No problem.